Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be turning this into what you saw as a thumbnail. This thing is a old log splitter. If you watched my channel before, you've seen I took the log splitter off of this, put it on my tractor. It works. So I'm going to try to build what you saw in the thumbnail, but I'm going to try to build a platform on here that I can put an IBC tote on. I can tow it with my Can-Am Defender into the woods, get firewood, unload it with the tractor onto a trailer, or just drive it home. You know how it goes. There's a lot of good wood laying out in the woods. It's just hard to get to, and I hate to see good wood going to waste, especially when it's all ash and it's just laying there dead, ready to burn. So this isn't going to be the most efficient way to get firewood, but it will be a way to get firewood that is ready to go and it's dead and it's just laying there. So we're going to get into it. I'll show you a little bit around this thing and kind of my plan, so also some of my concerns, but obviously if you're watching this video, it probably worked. So I'll show you. All right guys, this is an old trailer and somebody had taken it apart. Well, they took this axle out of a mobile home or something. It's got 14.5-inch wheels. I know I'm gonna have to get new tires. I found a set of tires on Amazon. They're 140 bucks for the pair of them, brand new. So they should work good. This axle has been shortened. It's been welded in the middle. That's one of my main concerns. But the rest of the trailer looks pretty good. I had some rebuttals on this, but I think after looking at some other small ATV trailers, this should hold up. Some of the other trailers I saw, they have a 1,500 pound capacity. That's all I'm really gonna be hauling, and they were built a lot lighter than this. So I think this should work. So let's go ahead and get all of this stuff stripped off of it. I've got some steel here, some angle iron, and some square tubing, and that's what we're gonna be using. We're gonna make a frame out of it and hopefully set an IBC tote. So here we go. All right, so got it all torn down. So now kind of my plan is to put some cross bracing on here, then some pieces this way, something like that. I'm gonna think about it and then we'll get to it. So I think I have a good plan as to how to do this. Maybe, we'll see. But stay tuned and you'll see. So I'm gonna cut this steel now. I'm using M12 Milwaukee bandsaw. Wish I had an 18 volt, but M12 works really nice and it's really handy. So definitely cutting stuff like this. The bandsaw is the way to go. Alright guys, so I got these cut. I'm going to imagine they're going to sit like so. I'll have to measure them and center them and whatnot. But my idea is to put them across like this. Yeah, it's a little tight to the tires, but I might have to cut a little bit off. I'm gonna put them across like this and then weld some long pieces, some runners down it, and then set my product on that. I think that will work out good. And then what hangs off the tail, the weight that hangs off the tail will be kind of counterproductive to these front ones that don't have a lot of bracing on them because they're just welded in the middle. I might put some crossing, I don't know. We'll see. I'm not a fabricator, I'm just kind of going with it. So I'm going to center those up and tack them on there, kind of get an idea of how things are going to work, and then we'll really weld it. All right guys, I've got these all welded down. I've kind of come up with a new plan. As you can tell, I'm not a fabricator. I'm just kind of planning on the go. So my new plan is I'm going to run 2 pieces of angle iron down each side to kind of hold the tote in. I'm going to add a piece of bracing in between each one of these on each side to kind of hold that together. And then I'm going to build a frame. Once I have the angle iron down here, I'll be able to attach 2 more of those pieces down here going across. And then I'll frame those into that. I'll have to do some cutting. But that's kind of my plan. So I think it's going to work. We'll see. Also, if you guys are wondering, I'm using this Harbor Freight Titanium Unlimited 140. I bought this welder a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago now. This Unlimited 140, it will TIG weld, stick weld, MIG weld, and flux core. I bought it assuming that I was probably just going to stick weld with it. I didn't want to buy a MIG, a gas tank, whatever kind of gas MIG takes. But I've just been using flux core because it's easy. And I'll tell you what, for flux core, the welds look really, really good. Let me see if I can zoom in some. Can't, you'll see. I'll clean it up and they'll look good. Like use a wire wheel and clean the stuff off of them. But they look really good. It burns really hot. I think it's pretty strong. I used it on my log splitter. So very happy with this Unlimited 140. If you're thinking about getting one, I would definitely recommend it. They're priced pretty reasonable. I also got the cart from Harbor Freight. So I'm gonna go eat some dinner, then we'll come back to this probably, maybe tomorrow. We'll see. All right guys, welcome back. You've been here, but I'm back. This is the next day. So this is kind of my idea. I've got this angle iron here. I clamped it, cleaned it up. I'm going to weld this, and then I'll do the other side. And then as I told you previously, I'm gonna frame this back here and somehow tie it in there, something like that. Like I said, I'm kind of just going as I, thinking as I go, planning as I go. Nothing's really planned out, just kind of building it. So put you on time lapse, we'll get that welded up and we'll go. All right guys, so you can see what I've done here. I put it, and it kind of just worked out. I was able to use that piece there, weld it to the main frame, so that'll support this whole back half. I think I will still add some bracing in here, maybe try to tie it down somewhere. But I'm liking it so far. So again, I'm gonna think about what I'm gonna do and do some more. But I think it's coming along really nicely. I'm pretty satisfied. Alright guys, so I would say this is the finished product. So as you can see, I've got the pieces going across and they're mounted on the center channel. I put pieces underneath that sit on this there. They sit on that and then they go up and they're welded to the front. I got it kind of hairy up there. I'm not very good at cutting angles, so I had to just fill some gaps. But anyways, so all of those, this is sitting here and it also is braced there. They're all tied in with angle on the sides. I used angle on the front. I flipped it. I put angle on the sides and on the front. That way the tote can't slide around. I plan on strapping it also. So then on the back half, the front I felt was really solid. The back, I was kind of wondering how I was gonna do that. Right in here, I put the cross brace and then I welded it to the old tube right there. It kind of fit in there perfect. And then I put pieces welded here, welded there, and then welded the tip to the frame. So I don't think the tip made it much stronger there, but I think that these two pieces made it stronger. I don't know. It seems really sturdy. I think it's gonna work. You can stand on like a corner or something, it doesn't really bow or flex. So I feel like by the time the weight is evenly distributed in the tote, I think it's gonna work really nicely. So I might wipe it down and then paint it, but the next step is gonna be getting some new tires on this thing because these leak really bad. Honestly, I think it's just the beads of the rims are rusty. I think if I cleaned it up, it'd probably hold air, but they're pretty dry rotted and old. So I'm gonna get a couple new tires, but overall, I'm really liking it. I wish it was a little bit bigger and I could mount a little toolbox or something on the front, but this will work nicely, I think. All right, guys, as you can see, this turned out wonderful. I think it worked really well. I think it's just far enough back to not make the trailer sway or bounce or anything, far enough forward to keep the weight this way. I don't know. I think it's good. But this worked really well. I can go down the trail, fill this up really easily. I also like that I'll be taking wood from here and putting it at waist level. And if I did empty out of this thing, let's say I didn't have forks or something, this to down is a really nice height. I think that's gonna work really well. This is a super good setup, I think, just because I can leave with a face cord of firewood and all my tools are right here out of the way. It works really nice. I tell you what, nothing is better than going to the woods with all your tools, a place for wood, and coming back in one piece. So we're gonna get to that. We'll see you out there. All right, guys, so that will do it. As you see, it works. So if you're like me and you need a good trailer to put wood in, maybe you're also like me and you have something with forks and you have something to tow this is a great way to drive down tight trails with your side-by-side, a lot faster than a tractor. Maybe you got to go up the road to get wood. You can get back in the woods, load a face cord on there, take it home where you need to go, fork it off, don't ever have to touch it again. It's ready to burn. So I split all this with my trusty Fiskars X27. This thing works incredible. This was all just real dead, dry ash, so it came apart nice. I've had this thing for a long time. It works really nice. I definitely recommend it. Also, I used this new Husqvarna splitting axe. It worked really nice. This one is like 24 inches. It's super good for short swings. It does get stuck in the wood a little bit more than the Fiskars, but I like it. It's pretty nice. So hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to see more of this action, why don't you subscribe, like, tell me what you think about this. What do you use to tow behind your side-by-side to get wood or tractor, whatever? Let me know. Thanks for watching.